If you want to win at marketing, then you need to know how to win at doing the basics, the foundations, the blocking and tackling, the game of inches. And one of the most fundamental things you need to know how to learn to do is how to optimize a landing page, because that alone can increase your conversion rate by 20%. Does that interest you? Let's talk about it. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold. I am president of Prevail Marketing, and every day we give you some ideas, some thoughts, some concepts, ways to grow your business through better sales and marketing. And these concepts, these ideas we give you are ones that we have generated through decades of experience, but we've implemented in projects and on with clients recently. If you want to know more about us, please go to prevailmarketing.com. And before I tell you how to optimize that landing page, I ask one favor. Take the moment right now to subscribe, to follow. We really want to get our numbers up there because we want to make sure we're resonating. We want to make sure this content is the stuff you want to hear. So what is a landing page and why do you need one? Okay, well, a landing page is a standalone web page that basically is the end of a campaign. Be it an e-commerce where I can buy something, or maybe I want to download an ebook that you provided to me, or maybe I want to subscribe to a webinar or to a podcast. That's a landing page. And I've got a lot of clients who say, well, wait a minute. Why don't I just send them my website? I mean, come on. I mean, I've got a website. I spent all this money building this website. My God, why wouldn't I just send them there? And the one word answer I give them is focus. Focus? When they go to your website, they had an opportunity to do many, many, many things. They can click on that, click on this, go to social media, all sorts of possibilities. But when they go to your landing page, they have one option, one thing they can do. And that's whatever that CTA that brought them. If it's subscribe to a webinar, they can do that. If it's download an ebook, they can do just that. If it's buy the product, they can do just that. It's the focus. It's keeping them focused on what you want them to do, what you need them to accomplish. So we need to start the story out about what's a good conversion rate and what's a good landing page by talking about what is an average conversion rate. And it's funny. When I do these stories, we look and we see, can we find the most recent metrics, find the most recent information, because we want to make sure we're giving you guys what's happening today. And we saw all sorts of conflicting data. Didn't make sense, didn't jive up to what we had seen ourselves. So we did a little more investigating. We found out the answer. We went to a site called with Unbounce. They do landing pages for a living. They had conducted a study that was far bigger than our experience level. Ours is significant, but they sampled over 44,000 landing pages and 33 million conversions. They used artificial intelligence to compile the data, and they came up with the same numbers we came up with. And the reason most numbers are wrong on the internet is because they're looking at pages, landing pages, quote, that are on your website, which have a much poorer conversion rate. Okay, take that out and you just do landing pages that are standalone. Makes a big difference. Now, you can go to our website. You can see for your particular industry what is the average and what is the exceptional ratings. I'll just give you a couple of numbers here just because I have them in front of me. E-commerce. The average for e-commerce is 5.2% conversion. If you've got a really optimized site, it's 12.9. Software as a service, it's down to 3% on the average. Wow, that's terrible. And if you're really good, the top performing ones get 9.5%. I'm going to give you a heads up. That's terrible, okay? That's what you're getting. Call me. You got a problem. Financial services, it's 6.2% and 15.8. Healthcare, it's 3.6 and 7.4. And I found this last statistics amusing, personally. I'm sure no one else will. But agencies, marketing agencies, who we should be the top, right? The average was 2.4 conversion rate with optimized pages at 8.8. I'm embarrassed for our industry, folks. That is terrible. But those are the facts. And it all depends a lot of stuff on the product you're offering, the everything. There's a lot of things that go into what's a good landing page, how you can do something. I'm going to give you a case study at the end of an actual example of what we did, but I'm going to talk about what our best practices. And first thing, I'm going to break them into categories. Messaging. Okay, when you talk messaging, what that message is on that landing page, there's three things you need to worry about. The buyer persona. Is the messaging I'm going to have on that landing page consistent with what I know the buyer personas, through my buyer persona discovery and assessment, what I know they need to see and hear in order to take that next step, that final step? If it's not consistent, I've got a problem. If you haven't done your buyer personas, stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You go do them before you create any marketing collateral, before you do any sales activity. You guys go create those. You don't know how? We got a blog and videos that tell you on our website at prevailmarketing.com. The second thing message you must do is give them a soft landing. What do I mean by that? If I see a CTA, if I see an offer that I think I'm compelled enough to click through because it intrigues me, when I go to that landing page, I've got to see consistency. I got to see exactly what I expect to see. I can't have a different wording. I can't have different imagery. It's got to be consistent that, oh, I'm in the right place. Okay, it's consistent with what I know I was looking for. I can proceed. It needs to ratify and reinforce the decision that caused them to click on the CTA. And the other thing that I always tell our team they have to have is you better have on that landing page at least one of the laws of influence, the final push, the final behavioral science incentive to get them to do what they're supposed to do. And those that typically apply on landing pages are law of authority, law of liking, law of scarcity, and the law of unity. Now, if you don't know what those laws are, if I'm speaking a foreign language, we have a blog on our website. We got a video on our website. Of course we do. Go see them. prevailmarketing.com. It'll explain everything to you. You need to also on the landing page sell the benefits. I don't care how many features you have. I don't care if your features are amazing. Nobody cares about your features. I'm going to say that again. Nobody. Maybe your mother. Maybe. Probably. Your father, no, but maybe your mother. Okay? Nobody cares about your features. They don't. They care about the benefits they will derive from that. How it will make them feel. How it will help their company. They care about the benefits. So don't list your features, list your benefits. And by the way, list 3. Why 3? Why do you think I had 3 examples above? Because it's behavioral science, guys. These behavioral science studies are out there, and it says that if you pick 1 or 2, it's not enough. People think, that's just, maybe it's not that thing. Pick 4 or 5 or 6 or more than 3. It's like, okay, now you're bragging or you're wasting my time. So 3 is the ideal amount to convince people of the validity of what you're talking about. So if you want to argue with somebody, always give 3 reasons. My wife will tell you I always give 3 reasons, okay, for anything. I still lose, but I give 3 reasons, okay? Makes me feel better. Makes me know that I'm doing it right, the behavioral science. Okay. Use visuals. The imagery has to be consistent again with what brought them there. So make sure if you're doing an ebook and they think they're going to see an ebook, they want to download an ebook, that they see the most spectacular ebook imagery that resonates with exactly what they're looking to receive. If you're sending me a landing page to maybe attend a podcast or a webinar, show who the speakers are going to be. A little information. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. That's how you do it. Here's another thing, and this is the biggest mistake most landing pages make, and it drives me crazy. You give them one option and only one option. They don't have any other choice to make. Either they do what you want them to do, or they close that page down. But there's no back button on there. There is no navigational menu on there. There are no social media links on there. There is no other option except the one option you want them to do. And that is how it's superior to a website. If it doesn't contribute to that one thing, it's not on that page. This is critical, guys. Here's another thing that drives me batty because, and I've argued with CEOs over this long into the night. Okay, collect minimal data. Now, if an e-commerce site, you're going to have to collect significant amount of data. You need to get their credit card information, their shipping address, their billing address. How many items they want to buy, what color, what size, what have you. You have to give that out. Obviously, I get that. But if you're a B2B business, you should only ask for 3 bits of information on a first contact basis. Now, you can have smart forms where later on, if they come back and do something else, you can ask additional things. But I don't even think you need to most of the time, because the 3 bits of information I'm going to tell you get, we'll give you everything. We'll give you the world. We'll tell you who they are, what they're about. What 3? First name, last name, and business email. Why? Because with those 3 elements, I can go to LinkedIn, I can go to Zoom Info, I can go to Hunter, whatever Hunter's service is called, and I can find all I need to know about this person. I can find the name of the company they work for. Oh, it's in the domain that they got their email. It's business email. I can find, when I find that, I can find all about the size of the company. I can find who the president is. I can find where they sit in the hierarchy. I can find their title. I can find everything I need. So all you want to get is you want 3 bits of information. You want to decrease the friction. I've gone to sites and literally, I was really interested in the document or the attending the webinar, and they asked for 5, 6, 7 bits of information. You know what I've done? I bounced. Not because I was trying to hide anything. I'm lazy. And most every Pemminger sites are lazy. Oh, God, I got to type that out. Oh, God, forget it. I'm not going to bother. It wasn't that important. Don't let that be you. Okay? Get permission. Permission, what I mean by that is get permission to send future emails to them. Okay? I always use the phrase, send me updates when new information is available. And they grant that permission. They will always grant that permission. Why? If they're interested enough in getting the information in the first place, they certainly are interested in getting updates for new information. Plus, the laws of commitment and consistency suggest that once a commission person commits to a course of action, they're more inclined to take follow-up steps that align with that decision. They will give it to you. And now you got permission. Say thank you. My God. I've seen so many final things. Somebody goes, downloads it, whatever, and that's it. That's it. They think they won as marketers. You didn't. You failed. Why? Have it when they download, they click on that and they fill information. Give them a download page, a thank you page that says, thank you for downloading. Thank you for registering. Thank you for buying. Thank you. And then they get that. They can download the information again if they want or see the receipt, whatever the case may be. Have a secondary calls to action. Yes. Never leave people hanging. Always give them the next steps. That's how you win. The next steps may be contact sales. Oh, here's another document you might be interested in. I don't know. It depends on your business. Depends on where they're on the funnel. Depends on the persona. But always give them the next steps. That's why you have a thank you page. Now, final thing, a case study. I love case studies. We had a B2B SaaS client whose landing pages were performing well below the industry average of 3%. Believe it or not, they were in like 1.75 or something like that. It was ridiculously. And they were violating just every one of those rules we saw above. I mean, I don't think there was one they weren't doing wrong. Part of our engagement was I said, we need to optimize your landing pages. They said, okay, go ahead. First thing we did, the first out of the gate, the first thing we did is all those things I said we're doing wrong, all the things I just mentioned, we've corrected them. So immediately, that changed the conversion rate. What to? I think the average is like 8.8 or 8.9, something like that, 9.7, whatever. We brought them up to 10.27%. That is above the industry average for SaaS. That's just by making all those changes. We did that. And the client was ecstatic. Oh my God, you won. No, we didn't win. We just started. And then we said, we need 30 days. We want 30 days to improve this. He said, improve it? You just told me you're above the average. I know, but it's not good enough. Not for me. It shouldn't be good enough for you. So we went about A/B testing an element every single day or every 30 hours or so, because that's how they had enough traffic that every 24 or 30 hours, we would see substantial changes between the A version and the B version. When we saw that, whichever version won became the new standard, and we test something else. We did this for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, we did a little better. We got 19.76% conversion rate. We took it from below 3, 1.75 to 19.76%. You don't think that changed? When I say a lot of marketing is a game of inches, this was a game of yards because it worked. Okay, I've talked enough about landing pages. I probably could go on and talk another half hour. Nobody wants that. If you like what you heard, please like, please follow, please subscribe, please comment. If you need help, please go to our website, prevailmarketing.com. We gladly help you out. We gladly help you improve and get you results like we saw in our case study. Excuse me. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about startups, I think. And we're going to have a few programs on how to help startups gain traction. And guy, I'm going to say this right now. Founders, maybe not show up tomorrow. You're not going to like what I have to say. You really won't. Maybe take tomorrow off and don't worry about it, because you're probably going to be mad at me. For those who aren't founders, you may enjoy what you're going to hear. So until tomorrow, have a great night.